It's time to flip out. With coins, that is. Not flipping out over the psychological toil that is living in a world hell-bent on draining your last scrap of dignity for another dollar of profit, only for someone to post about it on LinkedIn? Coins. Did you know that fascination with coins is actually called numismatics? Strange word, I know, but it fits a strange game where your main goal is collecting and flipping your way to trillionaire status. Too bad it doesn't work that way in real life. Welcome to my Worth Your Time series, where I break down whether in this attention-hungry economy, if games are worth your time in addition to just being worth your money. Today's feature is Gambler's Table, another breakout hit from Steam's indie selections, a coin-flipping incremental game. This one checks many of the boxes of other recent hits like Incredicer and Feed the Reactor, with some additional flair we'll get into. Gambler's Table's gameplay loop includes flipping coins, generating money if they land on heads, and then using that money to buy more coins, upgrades for those coins, and cute little helpers. You start out with copper coins, and then are able to buy more expensive silver coins, then gold coins, platinum, and finally diamond. As you generate more money, you'll earn skill points that you can spend on a relatively small upgrade tree that adds some fun bonuses like beefcake helpers, a pesky little thief to catch, and a variety of conditional money multipliers. It's very run-of-the-mill for the incremental and idle genre, and is an especially close sibling of a game from a couple months ago, Incredicer. For those who have played Incredicer, you pretty much know the drill here, though I actually enjoyed Gambler's Table a bit more, and I'll explain why. If you haven't played Incredicer, Gambler's Table is a better place to start in terms of these flipping games for the following reasons. These types of games are well known for their short length, which is fine for me considering the sub-$10 price tag. You go through the motions, relax, gradually make progress on the upgrade tree, and then you're done. Gamblers throws a bit of a wrench in this design by requiring the player to reset their progress, called sacrificing, if they want to take advantage of skill points and make real progress. It feels a bit like playing a roguelike, except ending your run, in this case, is controlled and intentional. I actually commend this approach because it gives the player a fresh slate to fine-tune their strategy, taking into consideration the new skills they've acquired. Of course, resetting progress stings a bit, but like many things, the first cut is the deepest, and every successive reset seems like less and less of a setback, because the new skills you've acquired will get you back to earning pace in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes. This prestige mechanic is far from novel. It can be seen in the recently released Perfect Tower 2 as well, but I think the staggered pace, 2 steps forward and 1 step back, fits well here, keeping the game interesting and extending its life in a way that competes with the more monotonous and one-and-done nature of some other idlers. Plus, these resets also give room for more milestones, calculating some criteria by run rather than just overall, allowing for more unique unlocks like different tables that not only change the game's aesthetic, but also provide a unique boon to your money farm, so you'll want to try all of those out. Speaking of aesthetics, everyone loves new skins, right? No? Well, you might if they're free. Gamblers adds hats that you can equip on your helpers for a fun little break from pure optimization. You use skull coins that you're constantly generating for these gacha machines that have hats of different rarity and a kind of collect them all checklist. I like that they added this as a way to pass the time while waiting for something like the thief to show up, as opposed to Incredicer, where your only options during long waits are staring into the void or giving your mouse-wielding arm a more family-friendly workout. Like with other idlers where the milestones become increasingly out of reach by factors of 10, 100, or even millions, you must rely on exponential growth mechanics to hit these new goals. What Gamblers does differently, however, is that it incentivizes careful choosing of skills, combined with the ability to swap skills around to make new combos without having to put in more work. Instead of synergies appearing as a natural byproduct of just buying every upgrade possible, Gambler's synergies feels more deliberate. There are a few different strategies to experiment with here. The one I used relied on waiting for my pennies to oxidate by leaving them alone. Then, after triggering the thief, I triggered all the pennies during a period of multiplied earnings. Timing is important for this strategy, so much that later on in the game I didn't flip anything and just waited for the perfect convergence of all of my multipliers to then flip. Those 10 seconds of flipping earned what would have taken hours just flipping carelessly. But that wasn't the only option for synergies. There was also one that relied on just using your helpers to do all the work while you sat back and relaxed. Aside from gameplay, I enjoyed the artwork more on this game than many other idlers, where artwork seems to take a back seat. It's nothing too special, but it does have a distinct personality, similar to the goofy Castle Crashers art, which makes unlocks more enjoyable to see for the first time. Not every flip of this game was a winner though, as I found the upgrade tree to be a bit lacking, while on one hand there could have been more upgrades to look forward to, with some of them being pretty useless late game, unfortunately. On the other hand, it was already a massive grind to acquire the last upgrades, since not all of the upgrades synergize with one another, and the level up requirements get insanely high. I still would have finished the game if not for my largest complaint, the saves. Perhaps I'm just not used to all of the types of saves that games use, but I expected the game to automatically save for me if I quit the game the traditional way. Not so much. Either the autosave function is broken or just non-existent. All I could find when searching for saves was the ability to copy and load saves from clipboard, which was new to me. If this was new to you too, I would be wary and maybe shoot for completing the game in a single sit-down, which by my estimates would take somewhere around 6 or 7 hours just for all the upgrades. With that major complaint drawing down the game, I can still say I liked this one marginally better than its close cousins, and would give Gambler's Table a soft recommendation of 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching, and if you're interested in exploring other games in this category, such as the one I've been referencing, but with dice, you should check out my full review of Incredicer here. I hope you all have a flippin' good day.